Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Masked out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with the CandleMafia just to do a couple hours of TA and try to figure out this pesky thing they call Bitcoin. Is it going down? Is it going to break out? Is it going to break down? Is it going to pump? Is it going to dump? Well, the Mafia says just by the poll, guys, winning by 1% here. The Mafia says rejectocito, because shout out to anybody who gets that joke. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that probably don't understand that joke. Rejectocito, because it's a Too Fast, Too Furious reference. Hopefully someone got it out there. Let me get one LOL from one person at least. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with the CandleMafia. And don't forget, guys, if you showed up, you might as well smash that like button, because every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where there are multiple chances to win not only free crypto, but maybe a free Frankie Candles hat, maybe a free Frankie Candles shirt. This isn't it. This is a Nike sweatshirt. But maybe we'll give away some merch. Maybe we'll give away some crypto. But if we get 850 likes on tonight's stream, guys, I will spin that wheel 20 times, which will wind up turning into you guys taking all my money. But guys, oh no, I had something really exciting to show you guys, but I forgot to bring it back to the studio. Well, if anybody saw the polls that were going on today, asking if you guys liked certain things, they might be something that you drink a little bit of black coffee out of. I don't know, guys. We might have mugs coming. We might have mugs on the merch store right now, actually, guys. Before we jump into it, let's go ahead and check out what we have here on the merch store, guys. Pretty interesting and exciting stuff here. Let me go ahead and pull up the Hit Merch website. Here we go. Hit merch. There we go. Bada boom. Here we go. I believe it's up here. Hopefully don't make me oh no, it's not on here. I lied, guys. They lied to me. I thought it was going to be on the website, but it's not. But we do have mugs coming, guys, and I will be showing. You'll find the poll somewhere out there. There is a poll floating around asking you guys what design you like best. But you'll have to go find that poll, because oh, there we go. Well, shout out to Rob. Thank you for sharing that link, but it's not on there. But we will have mugs on the website very, very soon, guys. I was supposed to bring the sample in to show you guys, but I will show you tomorrow. But, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and say what's going on to the Mafia before we jump into the charts, because, guys, Bitcoin is continually testing that key level of resistance, coming in at about, I'll just read it off real quick, coming in at about $28,440. We are continually banging our head on that ceiling, trying to break through. The question is, are we going to get that breakdown back to the bottom of the range, or are we going to get that move back up to the top of the range? We'll have to find out, and I just almost spilled this Aztec and Cactus Moss water, guys. That was a close one, but let's go ahead and say what's going on to the Mafia. Shout out to Cryptillo. What is going on? Says, hey, Frankie the boss. Ricky Ross the boss. Shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Philly Skills, what is going on? Says, show them. Are you saying show them, or are you saying show ETH? Let's go, guys. I'm popping off the sweatshirt. We're pulling the show ETH shirt today. Let's get it. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Thank you for being here, Bubba's. We love you. And guys, special hello to, I would say Captain Kirk, but it looks like her name is Frankie pulled his fib. Oh, God, somebody call the cops on this guy. Always out there pulling his fib in public. Can't keep this guy under control. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Thank you for being here. And as always, Dave Digital, shout out to you. He said, did you pop Frankie's pimple? We'll have to, we might have to check in on that a little bit into the stream there, Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for being here, because I can bump it in the house. What is going on? He says LFG. Guys, I swear I've taken, do you guys see how tight this sleeve is? I hate this sweatshirt. It's so tight. I'm going to rip this one day. I actually probably couldn't, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, there we go, guys. Let's continue on here. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. Says, does Frankie live upstairs at Hit Network? No, this is my home studio. This is at the house. So yeah, super exciting, or not exciting, but super useful, because I don't like to sleep and I hate not working. So I figured, hey, let's just build a studio at the house. That way I could just continually work. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Daniel. What is going on? Shout out to Ross Reynolds with that super chat, dude. I do appreciate you. And he says, who is Mrs. Candles most jealous of, BitBoy or DZ? I think Mrs. Candles is probably most jealous of the Candle Mafia because I literally give you guys all of my time. I'm going to have to fix this camera, guys. This is a little bit crooked. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. Now it's all crooked, guys. We're going to roll with it. But, yeah, I think she's probably most jealous of the Candle Mafia because we do spend so much time together. Let's see. Shout out to Kenny Harbin. Thank you for being here. Matthew Barnes, Kenny Mack. What is up? Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Jordan, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk, Tyler Durden, Crypto Billy, guys, Tony D, all of our mods. We got the best mods in the game. D Petty Crypto. Hopefully, he's somewhere out there. I think he might be in here, actually. I think I saw him before. But what is going on, guys? Shout out to our mods. The biggest and most important part of the Candle Mafia, other than the Candle Mafia, is our mods, guys. I come in third place on that importance list. I do appreciate them. Let them know that you love them too in chat. Show them support because they show your boys support, and I would literally be lost without them. Let's see. I just said, shout out to Max Allen says, what's up, Big Frank? Missed you, baby girl. Hey, Max Allen, I missed you too, brother. I missed you too. Shout out to you. A-Train. A-Train says, this guy is the best. Shout out to A-Train. I appreciate you, bro. And I say you're the best. And I love you, bro. Thank you for being here. Poofo on the beat in the house. Let's go. Let's see. Jacko24, what is up? And then we got Brent the Groot says, what's up, Frankie the man? Let's go, guys. And with all that being said, guys, I can't leave Donato Cabrera, unforgettable name, Donato Cabrera, or Brad Guidel out of the mix here. What is going on, guys? Thank you for being here. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at that thing that they call Bitcoin because there is very, very interesting stuff going on. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts. And I'm going to fix my camera real quick, guys, because this is going to drive me nuts. I think that's better. I think that it's kind of better. But here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and dig into the charts here. Shout out to Crypto Bo Hunter says, when new hat in merch store? At Tony D, yeah, we got to pick back up on that. I think that kind of fell on the, we're very busy, guys. We got a million things going on, but I think the hats are like 90% of the way there, but we have a million moving parts. So I think it might have fallen off to the back burner just a little bit. Not the back burner, but, you know, there are some things that take higher priority. So, yeah, but Tony D, let's talk about that tomorrow because we got to get this stuff on the store. But they will be coming soon. We also do have a bunch of really cool merch, guys. We got the beanies, although these are kind of coming out of season here. But they are pretty dope. Maybe we'll put them on sale. I actually think they might be on sale here. I don't know if they were always that cheap. But then I do think we still have a couple of the marionette shirts left. This was a crowd favorite. It's not limited, so those are still in stock. We got the CM, the Candle Mafia logo here, or the line logo. And then we got the little Candle Mafia mobster. And then we got the Haikanashi uptrend dad hat. And then we got the Candle Mafia logo. And this is my favorite, guys. I wear this a lot. And that is the Candle Mafia crew neck with that Haikanashi trend on it. I absolutely love it. But guys, speaking of Haikanashi candles, let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. Coming up to our higher time frames. I'm gonna need this Aztecian and Cactus Moss water today, guys. I am feeling tired. But let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm gonna try to fly through all of this. I'm gonna try to fly through all of this Bitcoin TA. Not at once, but I'm going to try to do this in one shot without checking chat so we could get through it because there is a lot to look at. But somebody said I'm so quiet. I don't know if they're being sarcastic or if I am actually quiet. Let me know if I'm not. It's Autopilot says, hike and nasty. Let's go. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Weekly VWAP, guys, is still rolling over. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on the higher time frames. Weekly money flow is coming up, is looking pretty good in the longer term. Really would like to see that money flow on the 6th day start to shape up. But you can see, guys, if we come on over to Ethereum, you can actually see that on the 6th day, the money flow on Ethereum, God. This was looking a little better yesterday. It is now kind of looking pretty bad. Not bad, but not looking as good as it was yesterday. I was going to say that ETH could be front-running Bitcoin on that, and Bitcoin might follow suit. However, excuse me, the Money flow on ETH has kind of just continued to come out here. But yeah, I would like to see this roll back up. VWAP is kind of crossing to the downside. Guys, I'm not going to cover, I cover this every single day, so I'm not going to go, I'm going to give you the gist of this here, right? Because I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's starting to feel like I'm beating a dead horse with these higher time frames. Money flow is continuing to the upside, which is giving me my longer-term bullish sentiment, right? So I do think this uptrend can continue, and I do think we can eventually make it up to that 30K level. I just don't think we're ready to do it. We may not be able to do it at this moment, right? Because we'll talk about some things and why I think we may come down before we come up in just a second. But one of the main things is here, the 3-day money flow is kind of a good example of this. I'm going to go full screen with this. Money flow, guys, is continually making higher highs, right? This is bullish. This is showing that money is entering into the asset. Money is funneling in, right? On a high time frame like the 3-day is a very good sign, right? And then you can see, right? And when it's bearish, you make lower lows, but now you're making higher highs. This does look healthy, and this is basically what is giving me my more longer-term sentiment, not just the 3-day, but really the money flow on a lot of these time frames look very good. Your 4-day looks good. Your 5-day money flow is crossed over into the green, and then your weekly money flow is coming up as well, and that is the most bullish thing of them all. However, with that being said, we have money flow coming up, long-term bullish, right? Longer term, expecting that longer-term trend to continue. However, you want to notice that the VWAPs are starting to cool off here. That indicates that we may have a little ebb, right? I don't know. Is the ebb down or is the flow down? I don't know. The ebbs and the flows. I don't even know if that's the right term. But this VWAP coming down on your weekly, on your 6-day, and then obviously as we flow through those lower time frames, it will get closer and closer to that 0 line. 4-day, even closer to a red dot. Your 3-day is very close to printing a red dot, and then that 2-day does have your red dot, right? So because of this, that could indicate a short-term pullback, right? Or some kind of a pullback. So the money flow indicating the longer-term trend does look bullish, but the VWAPs look a little more short-term bearish, right? So I am expecting a potential pullback before we wind up getting that big move to the upside. And again, not only do you have the VWAPs coming down, but the 2 and the 3-day do have the bearish divergence starting to print here. As you can see, I'll just pull this over here. Here you go. There's that 3-day bearish divergence. Is not printing just yet. We're going to need that red dot to pop up here. Once that happens, if it confirms, that could be the thing that brings us down. We are currently printing this on the 2-day time frame. So not confirmed yet on the 2-day, but looks like it will confirm in about 2 hours. And then again, you want to remember, I'm not saying these are rare bearish signs, right? Sometimes we get up here and we say, bearish divergence on the 2-day. It's a really high time frame. This could be really big, but that is only if your money flow is in agreement with the divergence, right? So if we start seeing this money flow aggressively come out on the 2-day, and then like a lot of these other time frames, if this money flow starts looking bad as well, that would potentially make us take this more seriously as a bearish signal. But as of right now, as long as the money flow looks good on the higher time frames, I do expect the VWAPs on the higher time frames to just give us some kind of a small pullback or just some kind of consolidation, right? Maybe we did come down a little bit. Maybe we kind of just consolidate here before getting that next move to the upside. But again, if that 3-day bear div confirms, I would actually prefer, if you guys want to know what my preference, I would prefer to pull back closer to that 25K level before getting another move to the upside. But those are the higher time frames, right? Money flow is bullish, which is definitely a good thing. We kind of care a little bit more about the money flow, being that it indicates the longer term trend. So the money flow is healthy, but it looks like everything kind of wants to reset on the higher time frames, bring us down just a tiny bit to kind of load up on fuel to get us up to that 30 to 32K level that we've been looking at, which we're going to touch on in just a second. But moving on here, guys, I'm going to pull that TA out again, and then we are going to go ahead and move down our time frames here. Taking a look at the daily. The daily is finally, guys, that money flow is starting to curve back to the upside. Looks like we could get a green dot printing on the daily in about 2 hours, right? Now, again, we talked about this yesterday, right? Looking for a potential second push to the upside before a correction in the short term, right? I'm not expecting that this, not really expecting this to bring us up to 30K, but I'm not expecting this green dot to get us up to these levels and hold us at these levels, right? However, if we print that daily green dot, that could give us the opportunity to push up to some higher prices that we'll look at in a second, push up into those levels, in the short term, potentially getting a strong rejection, and that might be where that 2-day, 3-day bear divs start to pull us down, right? Again, the higher daily time frames take time to play out, right? So easily, guys, we could get a push-up. I mean, maybe we get push-up into the POC, right? But we'll talk about the key levels we need to break in a second. But if we do get that second push, I would be very careful because that daily green dot could push us up into these levels, and then as that decides to cool off and roll over, that's where the 2 and the 3-day bear divs might start to show their face, right? And remember, you also have the 4, the 5, and the 6, and the weekly curving down with your VWAP as well, right? So that would indicate downside. However, it may take time to play out. So in the shorter term, the daily is what I'm looking at if we are going to get that second push up. And then we'll, again, look at those key levels that I'm watching in just a second. But that daily VWAP coming back to the upside is somewhat of a bullish look in the short term. But then taking a look at your 16-hour VWAP kind of rounding off there. I want to come down to the 4-hour here, guys, because in the short, it's always hard, right? It's hard for me to break down, what we're actually looking at as far as, time frame. And I'm not talking about time frames on the charts. I'm talking about time frames as in just general time frame. Like, what is the time frame for my bullish sentiment, right? How long do I expect these higher daily time frames to reset and give us another move up? And that is hard to say. But coming down to the 4-hour, guys, you can see here VWAPs are aggressively cooling off here. Also, money flow starting to come out on our 4-hour as well. 3-hour VWAP coming down. Your 2-hour has that red dot confirmed. Your 1-hour also has a red dot confirmed with money flow coming out. So this may be where we start to get a little bit of a cool off. So now we're talking more local levels here, right? On the higher daily time frames, guys, I'm zooming out and talking about the longer term sentiment for Bitcoin. But right now, we are talking about movements that may happen in the next day or so, right? On the lower time frames, such as the 1-hour, this is where I'm starting to think this could play out in about a day or so, right? I'm going to touch on this trade in just a second, but I do just want to kind of take a look at our local levels here and kind of what I am expecting to happen here. Now, first, straight off the bat, I will say it does look like we are getting some potential bullish consolidation up at the highs of this range. Now, you guys will remember we were looking down here yesterday. We were kind of looking, or I guess this was, what is this, the 28th? Where's today? Yeah. So we were looking at these levels, I believe, yesterday in my morning market update, and I was letting you guys know, like, hey, we are kind of sitting outside of our general range here, or our local range between our value area high and our value area low. We were sitting outside of this range, putting in lower lows on our price action as we were putting in higher lows on our momentum waves, giving us that bullish divergence. Now, we did not necessarily have money flow coming up on this at that time, but we were getting those bull divs while we were below our value area low, continually banging our head on it. And we were saying, if we get this bullish divergence to confirm and we can get a move up, basically what I'm looking for, I did have on the market update, I pulled up the clip because we were literally sitting here and saying, let me put on regular candles real quick. We were sitting here yesterday on the stream, and I was saying, hey, if this 1-hour bull div decides to play out, we may get a break inside of this range. And if we are going to get a move back up to the top of our range, what we would want is to see that bull div play out to the upside and then come down, hold support on our value area low, and that is where you are likely to get your move up to your value area high, coming in at about $28,400. And obviously, no surprise, that's literally what we saw. But if you guys go back and look at that video, it's just really eerie because it literally happened as I drew it, almost exactly like we almost nailed the time and like the wave count and everything on this. Now, I'm not saying I knew that was going to happen. We kind of just, sometimes you luck out with that stuff. But very, very interesting. But this is literally to a T exactly what I was looking for yesterday, guys, was that break of that value area low. And please let me know if you guys were in chat. If you were in chat and you heard us talking about that, let me know because that is the importance of the volume profiles, guys. I know I talk about it all the time, but if you are just learning, right? If you are just starting to learn about TA, about trading, and you're trying to get your feet wet here and learn, Go back to our live stream yesterday, or just go watch my morning market update from this morning, guys, because I pull up the clip so you don't have to go find it, of when we were talking about how if we get that move up and hold support here, that's where we get the move up to the value area high. You will literally see us call this exact move, and we stalled out almost at the exact point where we thought we would. And I want you to go back and look at that, because it is a teachable moment, right? I didn't know that was going to happen because, although we like to pretend that we have a crystal ball on this channel, you guys have to understand nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows exactly what is going to happen. But by using the volume profile, you could get pretty dang close, and nothing's 100%, obviously, but you could get pretty dang close to, hopping on, being able to predict these moves. And again, it's not because I have a crystal ball or I'm some kind of genius or I'm magical or anything like that, but it is more because we're using the volume profile, and we know once you hold that support on that value area low, you're likely to get a move up to the range highs. And again, it could not have happened more textbook if I asked for it, right? So if you take anything away from this live stream, guys, leave the live stream at the end and go to my morning market update from this morning and watch that whole video, and you'll see us pull the clip up of us saying that this is what we wanted to see happen, right? I don't want to act like, we knew this was 100% gonna happen, but we know it was gonna definitely be a possibility, right? And the fact that it was just nailed so accurately, and again, not me bragging saying, look at me, it's me bragging about what we do on this channel that you guys can learn too. You could do this just like I do, and I'm sure some of you do, right? And just please go look at that. Don't even watch the whole video. Just go watch that part, and then go study your volume profiles, because it is so saucy, guys. So saucy. So obviously, I will just bring up, before we look at our key levels, I will go ahead and bring up that trade. Shout out to Savage. If you're still in here, I saw them asking about the premium Discord, asking, how it works or whatever. For anybody who wants to check out the premium Discord, or you're interested in learning more about it, just understand, guys, I want to be extremely clear with this. It is not a signals group. I will not say, hey, buy now. Hey, sell now. Directly, right? That is not what we do. That is, in my opinion, not really that sustainable of a tech or of a strategy to help teach people. It kind of just keeps people more a slave to you, right? So I do just want to kind of go over this real quick, just to answer, because we got that question in chat. I do just want to go ahead and take a look here. So, guys, we were looking at this level, looking for some specific confirmations at this level to predict this move back up to our value area high. And I will pull up that setup that we had in the let's see. Let me actually go ahead and I'm going to screenshot it real quick. A little bada boom, a little bada bing, and then we'll pop it up right here. So here you go, right? This was the setup that wow, I could draw on this. This is pretty lit. This was the setup that we put in there, guys, right? Well, this was after it was already played out. Hang on, let me grab the original one. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Go ahead and screenshot it. And there we go, right? So this was the setup that we put in the chat, right? We were looking for specific confirmations as we were below that value area low, saying, hey, guys, if we're able to break above that, kind of what we were just talking about, get above that value area low, that's where you could get a move back up to the top of the range. And then, obviously, I don't just put the picture. I put a description saying exactly what confirmations we're looking for. If we come down here, this bull dip confirms, and we have, money flow coming up here. We get this confirmation on this time frame. We're looking at this time frame, and this is happening. That is where I'm looking to take that long position and ride it up to the value area high of the range, which was just the trade for this particular position. It's not always a value area high. And then I give suggested take profits. And then, so we spoon feed the trade setup. So you could be looking at the charts, and this one was kind of very close to when I entered the trade. But sometimes we might be up here, and I will draw a line and say, hey, guys, if we see price come out of our value area and we can't get back above that level, but we put in, say whatever, a bull div, or we get bullish confirmations, I will actually draw that line and show you guys. That way you can have alerts set at this level, and you could walk away from the chart, wait for price to do its thing, and then when price falls into your trap, which would be where the setup is, that's your trap, you'll get notified and said, hey, price is doing that thing that you were looking for. Might want to go check the chart. And then you look, you see this bullish divergence is about to confirm. Maybe that's where you would want to enter, right? And that is basically what we do, right? So we spoon feed you the trade setups. We also have a bunch of other channels. We have a bunch of other channels in there. You guys can see them, I believe. But that's how the setups work, right? So they're not like direct signals. But in my opinion, this is much better, right? Because I'm spoon feeding you the setups and teaching you in each post what I look for. So maybe on the weekends where I don't typically trade, you might see something on the chart and be like, oh, this is something Frankie sees all the time. They usually play out. And over time, you actually start to learn this so you can do it yourself when I'm not there, right? So I want to teach you how to fish, not, keep you a slave to my TA, right? So it's spoon-fed trade setup, so not exact signals like, hey, buy right this second, sell right this second. By the time I find those setups and get into my own position, by the time you guys got the information, the price would already have moved, especially for the scalp trades. Then people are going to get in bad positions. They're going to get wrecked. And that's not what I want. I want to show you the setups before they happen. And then when they finally present themselves, then you pull the trigger. Then you make the money. So that was the setup that we had in there. And that's what we were looking for. And now we are here, right? Almost beautifully exactly what we were looking for. A ride right up to our value area high. And let me hide this real quick. Nice little 6.2% move. I'm going to talk about if I'm holding any of that position anymore in a second. But, guys, this is the key level we got to get above, right? We are hitting our value area high. However, if we can't break above this level, guys, if we can't get above this value area high, it will be likely that, we're pretty close to the POC. The POC is, like, very close right there. But if we get a breakdown and cannot get above that value area high, it may be more probable that we get a move back down to our value area low, which at this time is coming in at about $27,250. So, and with that being said, it may be a possibility to get down there for some very specific reasons, right? If you take a look at the 2 hour, right, a 2 hour red dot is confirmed. 3 hour red dot is looking to print very soon, and your 4 hour VWAP is coming down heavily with money flow, right? And now, if we print that 4 hour red dot and we come down to these lower time frames, such as the 12-minute, money flow is coming out. 15-minute money flow is coming out pretty beautifully here. We may get another bounce, but money flow is coming out on lower time frames with the 2, 3, and 4 hour red dots. Sometimes that can give us a move to the downside of some sizable percentages, right? So it could easily bring us right down to our value area low, which again, I would be continuing to treat this as a range. Longing the highs, or longing the lows, shorting the highs, longing the lows, shorting the highs, longing the lows, shorting the highs, longing the lows, right? I am just going to continue doing that as we have been, up until this point. At that point, I will be looking for longs here. However, it really depends on what that daily does. Because if that daily green dot prints, guys, and it does give us a move up, we may not get that move to the bottom of the range. We may actually get somewhat of a squeeze to the upside up into some of these higher levels, deeper into this purple box. I will be looking at shorts deeper in this purple box. So there is kind of a few different scenarios that could play out right now. But your real key level here is, again, I'm not really expecting to get a move up until we can decisively get above that value area high, again, coming in at about $28,450, right? And then once we get up there, our next key level of resistance is going to be right here. This is a level I brought up in the market update. This is a level I brought up on the live stream, and that is 28,000, almost about 28.8K. This is the door to 30K. This could open the door. Coming back up here and testing this level could open the door up to reach 30K. And the reason for that, guys, is if we come up to some higher time frames and I zoom out a little bit, you can see our value area low of this previous range that we traded in does come in at that 28.8K level. And once you get above that level and you hold it as support, really what I would look for is getting that move above the purple box here. If you could hold above that purple box, that is where, you're already above the door to 30K, and you could wind up getting a move up to that POC because, again, we are just looking at this range as a essentially a big value area, right? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me change the color of this to white. There we go, right? So we're expecting to come back into this value area where we have our essentially our value area low right there at 28.8K, and then our value area high is coming in at the top of this white box at about 31 31.1K, almost 31.2K, right? And we know that once you get in out of one value area that we're in right here, and you get above those levels into a new value area, and you hold up, sit down, baby. If you have your uncooked spaghetti and your marinade or marinara sauce or meat sauce, whatever you want to call it, get your sauce, get your uncooked spaghetti, get your uncooked lasagna, and start writing your notes, guys, because this is the sauce. Just like we were able to, I wish I had the clip. I wish I had the clip saved. I don't. There's a small chance I still have the tab open. No, it's not here. But just how we were able to look at this value area and say, if price gets back above here and holds support, we're going to get a move likely to the value area high. Just like we were, the same exact thing as that, guys. We are looking here at the same exact thing. If we get a move out of this value area and above this value area low at 28.8K, we will be looking to hold support on top of that level. And once that happens, it will open the door to potentially get a visit to the POC and then the value area high. But this value area high is not coming in at 28.4K. It is coming in at about 31.1K. So much more exciting price target there. But you're essentially looking for the same exact thing, guys. You are just looking to get above that value area low, just like we did here, to hold support right here and get that move up to the range high. You are looking for the exact same thing, but in a different range. Your range is here, right? So you're looking to get above this level, flip it to support, and that's where you could get the move up to the POC and the value area high. And those are the next levels, the next key levels to the upside that I am watching, guys. And I would pull out the Moon Boy numbers and start looking at the macro golden pocket closer to about 48 to 50K, but we're still pretty far away from there, guys. So not going to bring that up just yet, but I do want to bring up some more levels to the downside. Now, again, if you watch the stream daily, these will not be a surprise to you, but some of those levels I am looking at to the downside if we wind up getting that 4-hour red dot, right? Because what's going to happen here, guys, is if that 4-hour red dot prints and we start getting a dump here down to the bottom of the range, that daily VWAP might start to reject at that zero line, and we may not get the green dot, right? So if that happens, we may be in store for some more pain, and we actually might not get that second push up, and we might melt down, right? And some of those real major key levels that I am looking at to the downside, again, not a big change from yesterday, but you could see kind of our key level here where we came down and made these lows. But you just want to understand, like, once we really decisively lose this box right here, I would say between about 27,150, and about, 2670, 26,770. Once you start losing that box, if we come down and we start losing that, I want you guys to see this fall off in volume, right? Now, it's not a complete empty gap. You do have some spikes here. You have a spike there, right? So it may give you some bounces on the way down. Let me get that back up. It might give you some bounces, right? So you might come down. If you lose this level, it might be a quick move, little bounce, quick move, little bounce. But for the most part, most of your volume is up here, and then most of your volume's over here, leaving you with not much in the middle, which could wind up giving us a move deeper down to that next major level, which is 25K, between about 25.3 and 20K even, or 25K even. What happened to my VRVP? It's gone. VPVR, I should say, not VRVP. I don't care if they call it a VRVP. It's a VPVR, guys. But anyway, that is, again, I just kind of want to show you guys the significance of that 23 to 25K level. And you can see here, right? Like, it is where a majority of the volume is, at least looking at these candles visible on the screen right now. We're hanging out at this high volume node, bing-bonging around. Once we lose this value area, we are likely to go seek out the next value area, which really happens to be like right here, right? It's the next closest local value area is from this little sketchy range that we traded in right here. Let me go ahead and unextend that. Let me grab this, a little unextend to the right. There we go. You can see that value area high of that little mini range does come in at that 25K level. So that is going to be, right, our next major, not major, but next local value area. So we may, again, if we lose our value area up here, it's just the volume profiles, guys. We lose this value area up here, we may get that move down and start, hunting out this next value area. And you can see that accompanied by that extra little volume we have here. And again, not much in between. 15, right? So that is kind of why I am looking, if we do get that move down and we lose these lows down here, that would be what I'm expecting. And because of all that thick boy volume, look at that thick volume right there, I would expect this to hold up, as some decent support, and that might be a great place to be looking for longs, because a lot of times price does like to come down and test those previous highs, which obviously we did make back here in February at about 25K, and then we got caught up again here. So, and then again, we also got rejected back here in August of 2022. So very, very strong level. Might make a lot of sense to kind of, and even if you zoom out here, guys, you could kind of see that gap, right? Let me pull it out a little more. Come on. There we go, right? Like you see that big gap. We're sitting right there. 26,890 might be that level you don't want to lose. 26,890. We lose that level. That's really where your volume gap starts, down to that 15K level, right? 15K. Why'd I say that? Down to that 25K level. So that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. For the most part, levels have remained the same. Shout out to the Premium Discord, or the Kitchen, as I like to call it, for catching that nice little scalp trade. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Not a huge position, or at least not a huge position for me. Let's see. Okay, there it is, right? So bada boom, up about 38%. I have not taken profits, which I probably should have, guys. I'll be 100% honest with you. But up 38%. I am going to hold this for a bit longer. I probably should take profits. I'm going to wind up doing it after the show. So hopefully we don't dump live on the show and eat up all these gains. But hey, if I do, guys, entertainment value, right? Just watch me cry as all my gains leave. But then again, also, so up about 38% on that. Yeah, and guys, this is a very small position. This is only like a $350 position on 10x leverage. Not that bad. In the beginning of the channel, guys, we took a bunch of polls, right? Like, did you guys want to see, really, really big positions, or did you guys want to kind of have us keep it more realistic with like reasonable positions, right? Because I think this is much more attainable of a position than a $5,000 position, for people to see. I just want to point out that, a lot of people think like trading is impossible to do, right? Like we're only risking $343 of my money here, and in the past, this is less than 24 hours we've been in this trade for. Quick little $130, and this is on the small end, right? Like this isn't a killer trade. It's a nice scalp, but it's not a grand slam trade. So these are the small wins, right? I would consider this a small win. So you gather a few of these small wins a day, a week. That's a lot of good extra money that you could be making, right, without doing any physical labor, or anything like that. And just to kind of show you guys that, like, this is like we did nothing to make this money, basically, right? We did the TA, we got into the trade, we managed the risk, but like there's no work involved here, right? Yeah, shout out to BitGet too, guys. This one is on BitGet, one of our favorite exchanges, alongside Femex, which is our other main exchange that I personally use. But yeah, shout out to BitGet. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, that is that trade, and then we also have some trades open on Femex. I am in a bit of a long position here. This one is a little bit of a bigger position here. Up about 13%. We got 250 locked in, 371 unrealized, and then our short here is still open, but we're only down about $6 here, right? So again, managing risk, guys. I actually don't have a stop loss on this, but this is pretty low leverage, right? But it's kind of the thought here, right? Like I would cut this loss. Like if we cut this loss right now, yeah, sure, you have a red trade on your P&L, but like we'd have to lose 1,000 of these trades to even not have it covered by this long. Meanwhile, we're in other green trades, right? So it's just like, I'm in a red trade, guys. Oh no, we're in a red trade, right? Like I think a lot of people are scared of those red trades because they're red. It's a loser. We're losing this trade. Oh no. But like I want to kind of familiarize you guys and get you numb to the fact that like your P&L, sure, when you have a good winning streak, I love when I'm on a big winning streak and I see a bunch of green trades in a row, but it's not realistic to keep that up forever, right? You're going to lose a trade. And again, you might have some hot streaks and some losing streaks, but that just happens, right? That's part of the game. You're not going to win 100% of your trades. So again, really the key here is one small red trade, one with a lot of profit locked in, a lot of profit still unrealized, and, we're in that other green trade as well, right? We're in this other long as well, right? So we have multiple bigger green trades with one little tiny red loss, right? Like if this winds up getting, if we wind up getting stopped out or stopping out of that trade, it's not going to do anything, right? What your P&L should look like is small loss, small win, small loss, small, giant win, small loss, giant win, small loss, small win, small win, small loss, giant win, right? If you're able to stack that up, guys, that is how you want to trade, right? You could actually, if you're using certain strategies, you could actually lose more trades. If you use the correct risk management, you could use a strategy that loses more trades than, you can win less than 50% of your trades and still be profitable if you're managing your risk correctly, right? In my opinion, guys, the hardest thing about trading is the emotion, right? And I think really any trader will agree with me. It's the hardest thing to get under control is the emotion, right? So the TA, and I'm super happy that when we had Garrett Soloway on the other day, he kind of said the same thing. Like the TA is almost the least important part of trading is the TA, because you could learn the TA. You could try. Max P says giant loss, but yeah, it's just small losses, big wins. That's what you want to go for, guys. And it's okay to have red trades on your P&L as long as the red trades are smaller than the green trades, right? But there you go, guys. This is basically what I am looking at. Also, I did want to bring up Femex is doing a Tony D. If you hear me right now, if you could throw the details, because they are doing a pretty cool deal. Tape Digital said, is Frankie stroking out? Let's see. Don't trade drunk. Donato Cabrera. I would agree with you on that. But yeah, Tony D, if you can let them know the deal they are doing, I believe 10% off of all fees, I believe, or they're only charging you. Yeah, Tony D will pull up the actual deal. But they're giving a discount on fees, and I believe they are doing deposit bonuses depending on how much you deposit into the exchange. They will give you some bonus funds to trade with. They won't be withdrawable at first, but if you flip that money and turn it into profit, you could 100% withdraw the profit that you make using their trading bonuses. So you can go ahead and check that out if you guys want to sign up for Femex. We do have a link in the description down below. But yeah, Tony D, if you could throw those details in the chat to help everybody out, that would be dope. Shout out to Terrapine Hunter, says, good on you, bro. Great job. Shout out to you, man. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Oh, yeah, Femex, 10% off trading fees until 6/14 plus until the 14th of June, plus the deposit bonuses. So there you guys go. Details in the description as well as the link. But guys, that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Key level of support, if we do get some kind of crazy meltdown, is going to be that 25.3 to 25K level. And then if we do get a move to the upside, we just went over those key levels I'll be watching. Number one, going to be 28.8K. Number two, going to be about $29,050. But with all that... with all that being said, let's go ahead and I love when I open a trade drunk and forget about it till I wake up and then it's in profit. Shout out to who said that? Who said that, bro? Let's see. Who was that? It's on my hero. Let's go. You are my hero. Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy, said, what is up, Frankie? I'm late as always, but I'm here. What is up, Mafia? Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. We got your late pass, bro. We already laminated it because we know we're going to use it again, but it's all good, bro. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yeah, Wick said the only way I'm able to look at my current positions is by drinking. You are too funny, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum because, guys, it's only right. It's only right that we take a look at whoa. What's going on here? It's only right. We gotta show ETH, baby. Let's go. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, guys. Holding this level, right, which I again, like we were looking at, not because we have crystal balls, but because this was it's kind of the same levels as Bitcoin. It's kind of, I don't know, I'm explaining this really badly. But we did hold this key level that we were looking at, which is our value area high. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and extend this to the right. There we go, right? We were able to hold this value area high, which was the key level that I believe we were looking at. Oh, no, maybe we weren't looking at. Yeah, we were just saying if we were to come down, we want to hold this blue box. I was kind of comparing this to that 25K level on Bitcoin. Now, it's not obviously not the exact level, but we kind of came down here to test these previous highs that we made on February 18th, which is kind of, Ethereum kind of just came down and tested that level where Bitcoin is still kind of far away from that level, right? We are still a bit far away from here to there. We're about 11.5% away from that level. ETH ETH came down and tested it, but if we do come back down, guys, this is going to be that key level. You can kind of see that is where your high volume node is sitting and your value area high, right? Now, if we do wind up getting a move down below the value area high and cannot get above it, just like Bitcoin, I would expect to come back into this previous value area and move closer towards that POC at about 1635. And if we break that POC, eventually we will wind up likely moving down to the value area low, which is coming in at about $1,515, right? So kind of the same thing as Bitcoin, but taking a look at our daily time frame. Green dot printing on the daily. So again, this may be front-running Bitcoin. Now, something I would keep an eye out for here, guys, a little bit of a freebie here. Not a freebie. It's not really a setup. But what I would look for here, guys, is to have price come up, make a higher high, and then that may set us up for some nice bearish divergences on Ethereum, giving us that lower high on our momentum wave with the higher highs on our price action. And that might be, at that point, if we do get that to happen, guys, that might be, that 3-day bear div, if that does wind up printing, as this is coming up and we're getting these bear divs up here on the daily, if that does happen, it might be right when that 3-day bear div might be ready to confirm, and then this might be the thing that brings us down potentially to those lower levels, not only on Ethereum, but that might be, I would be looking for something similar on Bitcoin, and that might be the thing that winds up giving us that move down to about, I'm just going to draw this line, again, that 25K level. A big thing that gives me that level is this volume profile here, right? So if we do wind up getting another move up, maybe a little bing, bing, bong, right? You get the higher, whoops, that was ugly. You get the higher high, right? And then you get the lower high on your momentum waves on the daily, and that may give you that bear div. And then again, that's when potentially that 3-day bear div might be printing or confirming, and that might give you the power to get a move back down to that 25K level, hopefully not down to the value area low at about $20,719. But, I would obviously look for a bounce off that 25K level, and then if we break that 25K level, that's where you get down to the bottom of the range. Same thing with Ethereum, right? Get that bear div, looking for the bounce off of that 25K level, obviously not 25K, it's 1,700. But if we break below that level, looking for a move down to your bottom of the range, again, coming in at $1,515. So again, green dot printing on the daily for ETH might give us another push to the upside, but watch out for those bear divs. It will be setting us up for some potential bearish setups. Money flow is coming up on the 16-hour. That looks somewhat decent. 12-hour telling a similar story. VWAP starting to cool off, though. Taking a look at our 4-hour, red dot is printing again. As we said before, Ethereum does like to front-run Bitcoin, especially recently, guys. Ethereum will kind of front-run Bitcoin with the signals, right? So we're getting the red dot on the 4-hour, but we're not getting it quite yet on Bitcoin, but it is looking to print here soon, right? So I am expecting that red dot to pop up on Bitcoin very, any minute now, really. Money flow is coming back out on ETH4 on the ETH 4-hour. Also a very pretty bearish look in the short term. Taking a look at your 2-hour, red dot confirmed, VWAP coming straight out. Your 1-hour money flow is starting to come to the downside, so you might have some short-term downside in the future here for ETH. Money flow on the 15-minute just crossed into the red. And guys, I always talk about this. Grab your uncooked spaghetti and your uncooked lasagna. Grab your little marinade sauce, your meat sauce, your whatever, your penny vox sauce, whatever you got. And get ready to take some notes, guys, because this is the sauce. Once again, double dose of sauce tonight. Just want to point this out, right? I'm going to put that vertical line on the money flow crossover on the 15-minute into the red, right? Right here. That's the money flow crossover into the red. And if you come on down to the 4-hour, it's right on our red dot, guys. Typically, when you print a red dot and you have that 15-minute or that 12-minute money flow crossing into the red, obviously the 12-minute is going to front run you on the money flow. But that 12 and 15-minute money flow crossing over into the red with that 4-hour red dot is a lot of times the thing that winds up giving you a move down. And you can see since that has happened, we've already come down for a nice little 1.5% move, 1.3% move. Now, if you do not have any of these, premium indicators, you don't have money flow, you don't have market cipher, you don't have Luxal, you don't have any of this stuff, just know that you can, I forgot what I was going to say, guys. I'm not going to lie. I just completely blacked out right there. I don't know what the heck I was going to say. It was going to be good, though. I was going to tell you guys how you could do it without premium indicators. But yeah, money flow crosses over into the red here, and you do, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so you would technically need market cipher, but even if you're not looking at any other TA, guys, let's say you don't have Lux Algo, let's say you're not great at finding the key levels, which obviously is very helpful. A lot of times, if you just have that, if I were you, if you're using market cipher or something similar, they give similar signals, I would put an alert on the 4-hour every single time you get that red dot. And then every time you get the red dot on the 4-hour, bing, TradingView pings you on your phone. You open the chart. 4-hour red dot. Let me go down to the 12-minute. Let me go down to the 15-minute. What's the money flow doing? If the money flow is crossing over like it is right now at the same time as that red dot, sometimes I will enter trades just based off of that, guys, just from that confluence alone. I often do add more confluence. So if I have the red dot on the 4-hour with the 12 and 15-minute money flow crossing into the red, a lot of good, if we're hitting a key level or we're hitting a golden pocket retracement, obviously is going to add a lot of confidence to that trade, but a very, very strong signal at that. And with that being said, guys, that's basically what I'm looking at on ETH. So I would look for that daily green dot to potentially give us that higher high on the daily, potentially setting us up for that daily bearish divergence, which could potentially give us a big move to the downside. But as of right now, it does look like that 4-hour red dot will likely give us a little bit bigger of a move down than we're getting right now. So that's what I would keep an eye out for, right? On the super local time frames, I'd look for a short-term pullback, but that daily green dot is likely going to give us a bigger move up, potentially giving us the higher high, where we're not getting overly bullish, going, oh my God, we're going to the moon, jump in right now, 100x long. You're saying, okay, pump, and then see if you can put in that bear div, and then you're looking for shorts, right? You don't want to buy into the pumps, guys. You want to sell the pumps and buy the dumps, right? It's the opposite of what your brain wants to do. If you guys are feeling like you're hitting a brick wall trading, try this. I don't recommend trying it with your real money, but just counter trade yourself, right? If you're feeling like you should long, just try to short. See what happens. And maybe don't actually put the trade in, right? Like act like you're going to put the trade in, but then maybe just use your tool here so you're not risking any of your money. Say, I think we're going down right now, right? And then just counter trade yourself. Be like, okay, so I think we're going down. Let me long. And then just counter trade yourself and see. And that's a good way to kind of figure out, you'll quickly realize like, I get it. I thought we were going to, most likely here, you're going to be like, oh my God, we're pumping, but let's long, right? And then you're going to be like, okay, let me counter trade myself. You're going to short it, right? You'll put a little short tool here and see if it plays out. And likely this is going to come down, right? Not 100% positive, but it's likely to come down due to the confirmations that we just looked at. And you'll quickly realize like, oh, that's right, because we just pumped. Why would I buy into that pump unless the signals were there? Just counter trade yourself. Sometimes that can help, guys. Not legit. That's not like legit. I'm not telling you actually to do that, but just like kind of think that way, right? Like if you're getting overly bullish, you're like, I want 100x long. Stop. Maybe you're right. But stop and really give it a second guess. Are you getting into that long because you're seeing a bunch of green candles? Or are you getting into that long because you have a bunch of confluence and you have a lot of different things pointing in the right direction? So just keep that in mind, guys. Shout out to Connor Anderson in the chat. He says at 10, yeah, do it with a $10 trade. Let's go. Shout out to Connor Anderson. Thank you for being here, bro. Good to see you. And we also got Steven Atwell. What is going on? He says it's usually a match when Frankie screenshots his, I don't even know what that means. Shout out to Steven Atwell, though. Thank you for being here, bro. Let's see. Dave Digital said, join Discord for benefits that cannot be revealed publicly. For real. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. But guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Crimson Caravan Company. What is going on? We got Arush Kapoor in here. Let's go. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of those altcoins, guys. If you want me to take a look at your altcoin, go ahead and throw it in the chat right now, and I will go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, baby. I'm on one today, guys. I'm on one today. Let's go. Shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Bing, bang. Oh, yeah. Okay. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Steven Atwell. Got you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Satoshi Glagamoto in the chat. Let's go. Oh, Alex, what is going on, bro? I've missed you, Frankie. Much love, my man. Good to see you, Alex. Thank you for being here, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Seller. Shout out to Wick. Wants to see Seller. Let's go. Yeah. Throw those altcoins in the chat, guys. Rob the Crypto Snob will go ahead and count up those votes, and we will go ahead and take a look at it. Check super chat history. Tony D says, thank you for that, bro. I actually, just so you know, Tony, I did see that before. I just didn't read it out loud. Let's see. Okay, shout out to Frankie pulled his fib. Shout out to Captain Kirk says, I'm stuck with this name for 14 days, LFG Mafia. No way. Are you really? They lock you in for like 2 days? That's Captain. That's hilarious. Let's go. Shout out to Captain Kirk or Frankie pulled his fib. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it. All right, continuing on here. Let's go ahead and hey, yeah, shout out to Jackson Roman. I say this all the time. Jackson Roman says, trade Forex. It's so much more. There's so much more volume, and there's such smoother setups. I talked to Garrett Soloway about this the other day when we had him on the show, and yeah, dude, you're like the 500th person to tell me that. So many people tell me, like, Frankie, just trade Forex, bro. Like, if you're able to trade crypto, like, you're gonna, like, trading Forex is a joke, because it actually respects the TA, where crypto is some kind of crazy volatile animal. Oh, hey, we got Paul Quinn in the chat. What is up, Paul? What is going on, bro? Or as in the Mafia, we like to call him Paulie two-time. Hey, Paulie, smash the like. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paul Quinn. I appreciate you for being here, bro. I miss you, man. I miss you. But let's go ahead. Jimmy James says, Solana, please. Hope all is well, Frankie and the team. Shout out to Jimmy James. I do appreciate you. Everything is good. I hope everything is good with you as well. But let's go ahead. Tony said check the super chat history. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see. Okay, Mark McKellery says, and again, guys, get your altcoins in there. I'll read these real quick while you guys are getting the altcoins in. Mark McKellery says, if you wanted to invest with $3,500, what would it be in? Ooh, baby, $3,500. Let's see. I'll read this. We're probably I'm going to do some kind of a portfolio video, guys. Portfolio reveal. Maybe we'll set up some DCA bots. But excuse me, I'm gonna pull this straight from. I mean, right? Like, if I'm telling you what I would put my $3,500 in, and it isn't and like if I tell you this is where I would put $3,500, and it's not where I'm putting my $3,500, it kind of seems disingenuous. So I'm just gonna pull this straight from my DCA bots, and I'll just give you some. So $3,500. Let's see. I would obviously, listen, if $3,500 is all you have to invest, listen, I might get a lot of hate from a lot of people for this, but like, I wouldn't be that Bitcoin heavy. Like, I'll be honest with you, because listen, diminished returns, right? Like, Bitcoin is not going to 100x likely, right? Over time, sure. But is it going to 100x next cycle? Probably not, right? Maybe you get a 5x. And I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? It's going to $500,000. But you can't be sure of that, right? So, I don't even know with $3,500. I don't know if I'd even. It's like you got to own some Bitcoin, right? But if it's $3,500 is all you have, I would maybe replace your Bitcoin allocation with ETH. Right, because ETH has a little bit more gain potential, but it's also somewhat safe, right? It's like the king alt. It's not really going anywhere. So I would say Ethereum, Matic, OP, ETH, Matic, OP, Cardano, ETH, Matic, and OP. ETH, Matic, OP. I mean, XRP maybe, but that's a little more risky. Yeah, Algo, I'll give you 4. That's probably what I would go for. Again, keeping Bitcoin out of it because of the diminished return aspect of it. 5xing $3,500 isn't bad. It's not bad. It's like, that's a good bit of money. But it's not really like, that could be life-changing money to some people, but like, that's not what people typically think of when they think of life-changing money. At least that's what I think. But shout out to you, bro. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. So shout out to you, man. Crypto Bow Hunter said, when new hat in the merch store very soon. Tony D, let's talk about that. Lampstock 210, thank you for being here, bro, and thank you for that $5 super chat. He just didn't say anything. He just wanted to tip me. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Tony D, here we go. This is what he wanted me to see. Mugs are listed on the merch store 10 minutes ago. Okay, so I thought they were up there, but now they weren't. Now they are. So I'll pull those up in a second. And then shout out to Jimmy Jane says, Solana, please. We just read that. Shout out to you, man. I hope you're doing well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check in on what altcoins. Here we go. AVAX, yeah, I like AVAX. XLM, yeah, another good one. Gala, sure. I like Gala. A lot of people don't like Gala. Not the best tokenomics, but I don't know. I like them. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's continue on here. Start taking a look at the altcoins. Tony, if you could pin those alts for me, I would greatly appreciate it. And then I'm just going to pull up the I'll pull up the mugs, guys. The mugs are lit. Now, there's many, the mugs are not on the website. So I will, is it on the website or is it on hitmerch.com? I don't know what's going on over here. But yeah, I'll probably just wind up showing this tomorrow. Get yours. Let's see. Yeah, there's no dang mugs. Well, guys, the mugs are really cool. But Tony D lied. Everybody stoned Tony D. He lied to us. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. It might, I don't know, maybe it takes time to process. Smorgasbord Schmorg says XRP risky? Risky if you want to be a bazillionaire. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it's a little, I mean, yeah. Listen, XRP not being risky, maybe it's not, but that is an opinion, right? Like, nobody knows, everybody acts like they know what they know for a fact what is going to happen. And although you can make, maybe one guess might be more probable than the other, but unless it's 100%, you can't be 100% sure, right? But I will say I hold a massive bag of XRP. Like, I am bullish on XRP, but just understand I could be wrong about it, right? I'm not saying it's 100% going up. I might be confident that it's going to go up. I think XRP will go up. I just don't know, if they win the lawsuit. I definitely not going to $2,000. That's for sure. But there you go. I definitely an XRP bull. Mihai says XRP 590 when? I thought it was 589. Let's see. It's autopilot said Tony D is mug gating. Shout out to Tony D. But yeah, let's go ahead and, but guys, I'm going to have the physical mugs on set tomorrow. So, take a look at, you'll be able to take a look at them in person and they're going to be, they're pretty fire. Crypto Billy, I'm pushing 20K ADA. I need 100K. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Billy. OP, I see you guys. Educated guesses. There we go. Shout out to Wahid. Bullish Sauce.eat said XRP was my first crypto love. I'd probably have to agree with you pretty heavy there, bro. I would have to agree with you. For me too, back in 2016, 2017 was my first love. All right. All right, let's continue on here and start taking a look. Thank you, Tony, for posting those. Let's go ahead and take a look at Seller. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. All right, let's see. Hopping over to the daily. Money flow is coming out on your daily. Shout out to Resting Relaxation. Said rough price prediction for DOT 2025. Let's see. Is DOT on the list? Okay, DOT's not on the list right now. Dave Digital said Frankie never questioned Tony D's integrity. Shout out to Dave Digital. Okay. Hey, Crimson Caravan Company. You only have 2K ADA. That's not frowny face. That's happy face. Everybody is somewhere different, right? $1,000 to me might be $100 to somebody else, or $1,000 to me might be $1 million to someone else, right? So everybody's at their own spot, right? So if someone has 100K ADA and you only have 2K, that does not mean anything. Obviously, stack your bags. Motivation's motivation. But don't feel bad about it, bro, because there's some people out there with 50 ADA or 500 ADA, and they think that's a big bag, right? So think about how much bigger your 2K ADA is to their 500, right? It's all relative. And again, I said, maybe 15, 30K is not life-changing money. That's life-changing money to a lot. Some people, it is a lot of life-changing money. So everyone's in a different position. So just understand that. And don't get caught up trying to compare yourself to other people's bags. There's always going to be someone with more crypto than you, right? I think I have a lot of crypto, right? Until I look at TJ or Ben, right? I don't have any, there's always going to be someone with a crazier number of crypto, a crazier amount of money, right? You could have $1 billion. There's Elon Musk has 100 and something billion, right? And even to him, there's some other Saudi people, I guess, that probably have trillions of dollars, right? So there's always going to be someone above you. So don't focus on it too much, but hey, there you go. BullishSauce.eat said 2K8 is 2K more than me. Let's go. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Mugs are on the merch store. Oh, they said it's not on the FC brand page. Let's see. Oh, that's probably. Oh, there we go. Okay, there. We'll tease these real quick before we jump into the alts, guys. So here you go. Number one, you got the CM CandleMafia logo mug. This is the crowd favorite, I think. This is the one that won the poll. It's the classic Bing Bong mug. My favorite one is this one, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, go ahead and I guess. Oh, I thought only this one was going to be up, but yeah, go check these out. I will have these in person so you guys can see them. So you guys can see them like on actual camera. But go check these out, guys. That Bing Bong mug is lit, and there will be double logos. So there's a logo here and then a logo on the opposite side. So definitely go check that out. Oh, hey, it's on here twice. Let's go. Go buy it twice, guys. Let's get it. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on here. Taking a look at seller on the daily. Money flow is generally coming out. Red dot is confirmed, but your VWAP is rolling back to the upside. So that doesn't look, I mean, that's kind of neutral. Money flow coming out would be more bearish. Taking a look at your 2-day and your 3-day, looking, yeah, bear div printing on your 2-day, looking to print on the 3-day. So this is looking very, very similar to Bitcoin. Even the 3-day money flow is in the green, not looking as bullish as Bitcoin, but the money flow is in the green, but you are pulling that bear div. So understand that although this might not mean you're going to melt down to zero, this will likely give you some kind of a move to the downside, once that starts printing. And the 2-day is likely to give you a move to the downside as well, right? 2-day calling for downside. So keep an eye on that, guys. Yeah, this is likely going to confirm. Well, we have a day, almost a day, almost 2 days to confirm this, right? But this is definitely a bearish sign. But I don't know if this is going to bring you down right now because of the way that these other time frames look. Your 12 hours rolling back to the upside with your VWAP. Take a look at the 6-hour. Green dot is confirmed. Kind of just sitting there, kind of getting a little bit of a lift off, right? Came down, came back up. But yeah, this is looking very, very similar to Bitcoin, except for the 4-hour. 4-hour looks very different. Money flow crossing over into the red, right? So again, I would lean a little bit more bearish on this in the short term, just because money flow is generally cruising to the downside and crossing over into the red, which is a bearish sign. But on top of that, you got the 2- and the 3-day bear divs. I'm really curious to see if these are going to play out or fake out, right? Because if they play out, they can wind up giving you a big move. But again, if we are indeed in a very strong uptrend, you may be able to just continue up here. But again, I don't know how high you can push up here until the higher daily timeframes reset, not only on this, but on Bitcoin as well. The higher timeframes look like they want to cool off, not dump. Right? Not really dump because of the money flow looking bullish. But they do look like they want to kind of cool off and reset to get more juice to get back to the upside, right? But continuing on, looking very similar to Bitcoin in a lot of aspects here as far as market cipher goes. But let's go ahead and pull some levels for you guys. I'm going to pull this fixed range volume profile. There you go. Come on. Boom. There we go. Okay. So there we go. Kind of what I would be looking for here, guys, is... Let me find you some more key levels. So, right, so we have fallen back into our value area, right? If we can hold support on this POC and get a bounce out of the range, whoops, that's a fib, not a marker tool. So if you get a bounce out of that POC, out of the range, you may be able to get a move up. However, I think it's a little less likely, just because. Maybe not in the short term, but I think you will eventually wind up back in this area of balance. And the reason I say that, guys, is, yeah, I mean, the 4-hour money flow crossover into the red, the 2-day bear div, all of this is pointing to the downside, right? So basically, I would, if we can't get back above that value area high, I would expect to break below the POC. And as you can see, guys, we do have a pretty big fall off in volume here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some local fib levels to try to see if we can get any of this to line up with our volume. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this from the start of the impulse. And there you go, right? I would look at, let me draw this as a range. This would likely be a decent spot to look for a bounce. There you go. And I would also, this would probably be the next big area to look for. I would also watch this level right here at about 0.0194 cents. Likely to give you some support there as well. And then your 786 is coming in at about 0.018 cents. However, I mean, yeah, you might do something like this potentially. You might break down, get a little bounce, right? And then get the breakdown, giving you somewhat of a head and shoulders here. And then that big that break of the neckline, and then that's kind of where you would break down. But essentially, what you're looking for here is the fact that if you break below that POC, the big volume gap, probably going to be a quick move down to your golden pocket, coming in at about 0.0206 cents. But then once you're below the POC decisively, if you break below this golden pocket, sure, you might get a bounce off that 786, but if that does not give you a big move up like that, it is likely that you will kind of just bing bong around, bounce below this POC, and really you'll most likely just be on your way to visit the range lows at about 0.0136 cents. So yeah, that is what I'd be looking at on seller. Hopefully that is clearing you guys up. But that 4-hour money flow crossover into the red with the way the daily, 2-day, and 3-day are looking, I do think you could continue down a bit here. And then also your weekly VWAP is starting to roll over as well. Money flow does look good on the higher on the weekly though. So longer term, I think you could eventually wind up breaking out, but I just don't know if you're ready to do it. Very similar to Bitcoin. Okay, I just choked on myself here. All right, moving on to our next altcoin. Drew said he's got a candle, but it's got a bearish div on it. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. I need some head and shoulders. It's autopilot. You got dandruff, bro? Let's go. Hey, shout out to everybody who's got dandruff. Gala. This is the one I wanted to look at, guys, because if you remember from yesterday, they tell me sometimes, right? People will come up in here and they'll say, hey, Frankie Candles, you never ever, I don't know. I was going to go into some kind of thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I do want to show you guys something on Gala. I believe it's Gala. Oh, God, which one was it? We're going to find it. I think it was maybe on this chart. Gala. Come on. Tether US. No? Is it this one? We're going to find this, guys, because it is actually pretty funny. Yesterday, guys, we were looking at some... We were looking at Gala, making some predictions, putting vertical lines on the chart, trying to guess where we were going to get a pump. And hint, hint, we got pretty dang close. Was it on Gala? I'm pretty sure it was on Gala. Oh, God. I should have got this ready before the stream. Coinbase chart? Oh, man. Well, if you guys remember from yesterday's stream, you will know that we were looking at Gala. I think it was Gala. I'm almost positive it was Gala. But we were looking at a vertical line saying there were a couple coins that we did it on. I don't remember exactly what they were. I don't know where I was going to go with that. Shout out to Satoshi Glackamode. You're funny, bro. But pretty spicy analysis. Frankie, the percentage moves on seller are dramatic. Yeah, shout out to Wick. Let's go. Wick, let me know. You have any seller? Let me know. But I do just want to beard dandruff is the worst. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I have a really big beard that I deal with a lot of dandruff, you guys know. But we were putting that vertical line, and I was trying to show you guys. We put that vertical line, and we basically titled it. We titled the vertical line up from here, and the two coins that we did it on, guys, we called it literally to the dollar. Literally to the dollar. So maybe Gala, yeah, maybe it wasn't Gala. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it wasn't Gala, but I'm sure we'll run into it. But guys, moving on, I do just want to get into the analysis here. Taking a look at our daily time frame. Dang, I really wanted to show that too. Maybe I'll put it in the Discord later. You guys will remember if you were here on yesterday's stream. But I'm gonna go ahead and well, here you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and start over here. Taking a look at your daily. Yeah, green dot printing on the daily. Nice little trigger wave here, guys. A basic market cipher strategy, I will say. Here's your handle. There's your trigger. What happens when you pull the trigger, guys? You get a bang to the upside. So there you go, right? We talk about trigger waves and anchor waves all the time. Typically, anchor waves are these big momentum waves that come below the -60 line. So typically, you do have double green dots on these anchor waves. And then you have your trigger wave, which is typically where you get the move, right? The anchor wave, you get the anchor wave and then the trigger wave, and then on that trigger wave is typically where you get those big moves up. However, let's do a little bit more analysis. We can't just make our decisions based off of that. But nice little anchor trigger wave on the daily here. Taking a look at our 2-day. No, bearish divergence like we're getting on a lot of these other coins. This actually does look a bit different. I do want to take a look at the weekly. Is that a weekly blood diamond? No, I don't know how that's not a blood diamond, but there is your red dot printing on the weekly. Definitely a more bearish sign, but continuing on here, again, daily, no 2-day bear div, no 3-day bear div. 2-day is looking like it may want to print a green dot soon. Too soon to tell. But really, your bullish case here is on the daily. This might bang up a little bit higher here. Nice little anchor trigger. Take a look at the 4-hour. VWAP cooling off. This does look somewhat similar to a lot of this other stuff. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Short term pullback, not impossible. I mean, you're getting the bear divs, but you are getting a second push up here. 2-hour bearish divergence is printing. 1-hour bearish divergence confirmed. Money flow starting to roll back to the downside here. 90-minute bear div printing as well. However, that 90-minute bear div, I would take much more seriously if we were not getting this green dot printing on the daily, right? So if you get that green dot to confirm in 57 minutes and it does not get swallowed up by another red dot, if we don't get that VWAP flop and we don't get the VWAP flop, I would expect this to bring us up. But if we do get a VWAP flop and your 90-minute bear div is confirmed with money flow coming out, that would be a very bearish sign, in my opinion. Taking a look at the 30-minute, looking for a green dot, money flow coming up. Kind of mixed signals here on Gala, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. Looking for a green dot, but money flow is generally coming out on the 15-minute. I think your next 4-hour red dot, I would wait for a little pullback. Actually, I take that back, guys. I would watch the daily green dot. If this confirms and does not immediately flop back and print a red dot immediately after this green dot, I do think you can get that push to the upside. But you got to make sure you don't get that flop, because sometimes in this situation, you will kind of get an immediate flop back to the downside. Shout out. Rob! Shout out to Rob the Crypto Sub. He says, I think you meant the hex chart you were looking at yesterday. Bro, you're 100% correct. We'll take a look at it in a second. Shout out to, thank God. Guys, our mods are the best. Shout out to Rob. But that is what I'd be looking for on Gala. That daily green dot is looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pull a little bit of volume here. Go ahead and pull that value area low, value area high. So we are getting a bounce from the bottom of the range. So, another thing to look at is the crack of this point of control at about 0.0409 cents. If you can crack that level and get above that POC, that's where you can make a break for that value area high, getting into that 5-cent level. So that is what I'd be looking at for Gala. Frankie was H-bar on Binance Tether. Yo, Black Show. What do you mean? Why are you guys so legendary? Let's go. Frankie got the Mafia boys bricked up. Shout out, it's Autopilot. Shout out to you, bro. It was Hex. Frankie, you're giving me anxiety. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. I am so happy you guys remembered that. I'm kind of thinking like people are like, oh, yeah, sure, Frankie, you called it. Yup. Because I really do. I have to be honest, guys. Like, I hate saying we called stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, we called it. Yeah. Like, it's cool. It's fun. It's kind of part of like why it is super fun. It's kind of fun to brag about it a little bit, especially when it happens like to a T. But yeah, I don't know. Like I always expect anybody to just automatically think that we're making it up. So I like to really show the receipts here. But let's see. It was H-bar, I believe. H-bar, Binance, they said. Let's see. US dollar. No. Where? Dude, this is going to kill me. This is going to kill me. H-bar, Binance. Yo, hold up. This is going to drive me nuts, guys. Okay, H-bar, Binance, Tether. H-bar, Binance. Okay. Nope. Guys, we're finding this. We are finding this. We're going to find it, guys. We're going to find it. Come on. I got too many charts. It's like I do this for a living. Come on. There it is, baby. There it is. I hope this is the way. Yeah, guys. What does it say? Price go up from here? Bing bong. Right. Look at that. It does not get better than that. It does not get better than that. Right on that little dip. You come up right on the little dip. Vertical line. Bing bong. Straight up, guys. Straight up for a nice little 14% gain. Let's go. I did not take that trade for full transparency. I'm just saying. Sometimes we do that. And then I do believe it was Hex as well. Hex, what did they say? It was Hex, Binance. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. But anyway, it was basically the same thing on Hex as well. Oh, no. Yeah. Ooh, see? Look at this. This was a different thing, right? Now, obviously, I drew this. It's impossible to guess the when price will do it. But we were pointing to this level right here saying rejection. And if we zoom in a little bit, go to our regular Heikanashi candles. Come on, volume. So yeah, we were looking for a rejection at this level, guys. And this was, this was back here yesterday. Where is this? The 29th, 28th. So we were looking at it right here saying if we can get a move up to this purple box, we're looking for a rejection at the top of the purple box. And then today at about 5 a.m., guys, I woke up and I sat down on my computer to shoot the market update this morning. And I saw that the Hex chart was just still open for some reason. And I saw that rejection. We came right up to that purple box, guys, and absolutely nuked right back down to where we started, almost to the dollar. Right? And then, and then look, our yellow line right here, up, and then rejection. Like, that was literally every single part of that was, called, right? The move up and the rejection at the top of this purple box. Bing, bong, right? And again, it's not because I'm magical. It's not because I'm some kind of genius or I know something you don't know. I mean, maybe I know a little bit more about volume profiles or something like that, but it's nothing. I don't know anything that I'm not teaching you, right? So maybe I just have a little bit more time looking at the stuff. But, that's the importance of the volume profiles, guys, and how the money flow, right? Because that's what we were looking at, that money flow crossover on the 30-minute in agreement with the 8-hour green dot, right? So come down to that 30-minute. We talked about this the other day. Shout out to the premium Discord. I was talking to you guys about this in our premium live stream. If you move it to the money flow crossover here, you could see that money flow crossover into the green on the 30-minute, when mixed with that 8-hour green dot, right? We're right on that 8-hour green dot. That sometimes gives you a big move up. And because we were holding support on our value area low, I was expecting to come up to that POC, hit the golden pocket, and potentially come up to the 786 for a rejection back to the downside. And that's what we got, except it was on this one candle. It was not on this candle. But, that is what we were looking at. And that's, again, looking at the higher time frame, green and red dots with the lower time frame money flow crossovers can give you really, really good moves. And it's a super simple strategy to look at. And I have videos on the channel explaining this strategy more in detail. So definitely go check that out, guys. But I did want to bring that up, right? Because this is a teachable moment. Again, money flow on the low time frames with the green and red dots on the high time frames. When you have confluence between these things, you can get those big moves down and those big moves up. And we marked it out yesterday just to show it to you. And not only did we get it on Hex, we also got it on H-bar as well. So let that be a lesson to you guys to keep an eye on this stuff, right? So shout out to the CandleMafia, guys. But let's see. Hawkeye0208 said, hey, Frankie, can you show how to make the red and green dot alert on Market Cipher B? Thanks. I actually have a video on my channel. I think it's in the Trading View tips and tricks video. But real quick, I will show you if you wanted to set an alert. Next time, I'll do it right here so I can show it in real time. Let's say you want to get alerted on your next green dot on Market Cipher B. All you have to do is either double click on, anywhere on your indicator or come up to here, hit your settings button. And then you could come on down to your settings and, oh no, I'm sorry. What am I doing? You come over here, click the 3 dots, and you will see add alert. Click on add alert. And then you can see here, you could change the conditions. Blue wave crossing down, in parentheses, small red dot. So this will alert you when you get that small red dot. And then you could only get alerted once or get alerted once per candle. So I'm just going to do once. And then, let's just say, for example, next time we get a green dot on the 1 minute, we're looking to long Hex, right? So then we hit create. And now let's go back and do our typical analysis, and we'll get that alert, and you'll see it happen live. But back to Gala, guys. I did just want to show you guys that because that was super dope. But anyway, just super spot on with that stuff. And again, it's not anything you guys can't do. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, here we go. Learning you don't get a vote. You were late. Shout out. Stephen Atwell says, what video? I believe it's in the TradingView tips and tricks. Let's see. Make using the BitLab indicator. You mean alerts? I can show you guys how to do that. It's kind of the same thing. Dixon says, one of the best calls of the year. Shout out to you, bro. Okay, let's continue on. All right. Somebody said the Mario stash. Let's go. All right. Taking a look at the daily on Gala, guys. Gonna get rid of these volume profiles. Green again, yeah. Anchor trigger. I guess we kind of already went over it. But yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. And again, just kind of looking at this range, we're holding that value area low. So we crack that POC, we're likely going to get up to that value area high at about 5 cents. Now let's go ahead and take a look and jump over to Algo. A little bing, little bang. And here we go, right? I don't know when this happened, but we did come up to our next level. I'm going to go ahead and start fresh. All right, let's go ahead and find some key levels of resistance. Pull a little Fibonacci. Let's see. Bada boom. Let's pull it from here. Let's go a little bang right there. Okay, yeah, testing that golden pocket as we speak, but taking a look at the, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull a little bit of this wonky volume, guys. Pulling a little bit of wonky volume. Yeah, so again, I don't recommend messing around with the super wonky volume like this, but you can see we are holding that value area low as we are getting a shot up towards our POC, which would be the next logical level, the next logical level to get a move to. If we can get past the golden pocket and the 786. And on the daily, with our nice anchor and trigger wave, right? This is, again, big old anchor wave below that negative 60 line with your nice little trigger. What happens when you pull the trigger? Bang, right? Guys, basic market structure, basic market cipher strategy, guys. Anchor and trigger waves, boom, will give you a rip. Typically... but now that we're holding above this value area high and we can get past this golden pocket, I would expect a move up to your POC and eventually a move to that value area high coming in at about 26 cents. So yeah, and then this daily does look good with the anchor and trigger. Take a look at your 2-day. No bull div, but you are getting that green dot. And you do have a little anchor, another little anchor, and then a nice little trigger. Take a look at your 3-day. 3-day green dot printing as well. Algo is looking better than a good bit of the other coins. Taking a look at our 4-hour, VWAP is cooling off. Now this is where it starts to look a little bit like Bitcoin. Looking for the red dot on the 4-hour. So yeah. Get rid of this. Yeah, so looking for that green dot, that red dot on the 4-hour. So what am I doing, right? I'm going to set an alert, right? I'm going to set an alert here. Whoops. Right-click it. Add alert. Small red dot on the 4-hour. Short algo, right? And now when I get this alert, guys, I am going to come down and check on the 12 and the 15-minute time frames. And if the 12 and the 15-minute time frame are crossing over into the red, this will be strong confluence that I may be able to get a nice little scalp trade to the downside. However, I don't recommend just looking at that as the strategy, right? I do recommend finding other levels of confluence, whether it's, just general traditional TA, or if you're looking at Lux Algo, or if you're looking at, whatever else you're looking at, you just want to make sure you have multiple confirmations. You may not just want to see the red dot, the 15-minute money flow crossover, and just get in. Granted, that does play out a lot, but you do want some extra, you would want some extra confluence, right? But I do have those alerts set now, so I will be keeping an eye on those. But yeah, money flow is coming out on those lower time frames, so I do think you could, in the short term, potentially get a little bit more of a move down on Algo, but I wouldn't expect it to happen until we get that red dot on the 4-hour. And then, yeah. That's what I'll be looking for on Algo. And then again, if we get that move down, I would look, let me see if I can find you guys some levels. I would say this level here at about 0.217 cents would be a decent level to look at. Let's see where the local golden pocket is. Local golden pocket comes in at 0.2137. So yeah, I'm going to draw this as a range. Pull it from here, and we'll go to the bottom of the golden pocket, right? So that is the next level I would be looking at to the downside if you wind up cooling off, right? So you come up, cool off, and then boom, that's where I would look for some support. And then obviously that value area low at 0.0, at about 20 cents, would be your next major, or 0.204 cents would be the next major level to look at to the downside. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking for on algo. Let's see. Let's see. Talking about my little anchor. Oh, boy. Oh, hey, look at that. Long hex, question mark. There you go. And there's your alert. You can go over to the hex chart and then go check out that green dot on, what was it, the 3-minute? I don't even know what it, I think we're on Binance anyway. But yeah, there you go. Green dot. Boom. I actually don't know if this might have been, oh, no, it was on the 1 minute. Green dot on the 1 minute. I don't know. It's a different exchange. But there you go. That's how you set the alarms, guys. And this is a fuzzy caterpillar formation. Very, very bearish signal here. Just kidding. But, guys, that is what I'd be looking at on Algorand. And let's go ahead, and last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at Mask. A little bing bong. Let's see. Okay. Go ahead and clear this out. This is like got to be an old chart. What is this? This is in 2022. Let's go ahead and let me pull this up real quick. Mask Tether US, a little bing bong here. Yeah, Mask is continuing to the upside, guys. Bada boom. I'll just clear these golden pockets. And here we go. Right. Taking a look at Mask. Pull this, pull this volume here on the 10-hour. Boom. Okay, I'm going to pull this local range right on this little area. Bada boom. Okay, so now we have a local range and more of a macro range. Taking a look at our local range here, guys. We are getting a breakout of this value area. Looking very bull pennant-y. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a clean bull pennant out of this. Something like that. I don't know. This one's sloppy, but let's see if it brings us up into any interesting levels. Let's see. Oh, it brings us all the way back up to the all-time highs, guys. Brings us all the way back up here to about $14. I don't know if that's probably not going to happen, but let's go ahead and continue on here. Yeah. But this does look like bullish consolidation here, and your money flow is crossing up on the 2-hour, and you are getting rejected at the 0 line a little bit, but that money flow is coming into the green. I would look for another potential push up here for Mask. This thing has been doing very well. Again, taking a look at that daily, green dot is confirmed. Looking healthy, money flow coming up. Taking a look at your 2-day. 2-day bear div is looking to print very soon here. Now, this could be a nasty bear div, and the reason I say that is because not only would you have momentum coming out, you have your higher highs on your price action with momentum coming out, and you also have your money flow coming out as well. So you have the bearish divergence, not only on the momentum and the price action, but also the money flow and the price action. And as we work our way down these time frames, just looking to see if money flow, we're getting any kind of confluence here. You do have money flow coming up on the medium time frames. Money flow crossing into the green on the 2-hour. So, yeah, if you do get that 2-day bear div, I would expect it to give us a move down of some kind. But I really would want to keep an eye on the money flow, especially on the daily. If you have the daily money flow start to roll out as that 2-day bear div is printing, I would expect that bear div to play out a little bit more extreme. And then you also... Come on. You also, never mind. I was going to say you might have a local bear div there, but you're coming up a little too high on that second little peak here. So that is what I'd be looking at for Mask, guys. Some key levels to the downside that I would be looking at is going to be, really that value area high. Obviously, you have a little bit of confluence here with that golden pocket and the value area high right here. So yeah, if you do get that move down, whenever it does wind up happening, say you get those bear divs, they does come down, I would look for a test of this value, this more macro value area high as some support before continuing up. And then I would also watch the value area low of, I would watch the value area low of the local range as well, because, guys, if you're treating this as a typical volume profile, I would, if you're treating this as a typical volume profile, and you wind up getting a move down back below the value area high, and you move all the way down to your value area low, this would be the lows of your range, which is typically where you look for long positions, right? And just to kind of show you guys here, right? This is kind of how I like to trade these. You come from the high, right? And again, right? Like, volume profiles and divergences are sometimes all you need. Not all the time, but sometimes. Higher highs on your price action. But not only that. Not only do you have higher highs on your price action here, right? Like, let's go ahead and play through this real quick, because this is the last alt. But I do just let's play through this real quick, because I think it helps. Let me know in the chat if it helps you guys when I go through this stuff in real time. So let's pretend we're just watching the market come and play, right? Okay, boom. We just got a massively higher high into our value area high, and we are printing a bearish divergence, right? We talk about these all the time. Lower highs, higher highs, right? And you're into that key level of resistance, which is your value area high. So you would expect price to come down here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click this little sell button down here, and let's see, right? This is putting in like a fake paper trade. Let's see if we come down, right? I mean, obviously, we know what happens, right? We come down. So now I'm holding this, right? Oh, we're up 33 cents. Sick. Keep it coming, waiting for a touch on that POC. I mean, on that value area. Now we're coming down to the value area low, right? So you might want to take a little profits here. We're only up 67 cents. I probably should have added more to the position here. But coming down to the value area low. So let's just go ahead and close that trade, right? So hey, we're up 67 cents. So now money flow is coming out though. So we probably could have held that. It's probably going to come out more. But we came down to the lows of the range, so we were expecting a bounce. But I would have technically not taken a trade here because I didn't really get much confirmation, at least on the 90-minute, which is the time frame that we're looking at right now. But just watching this thing kind of bing bong around. Okay, now we are getting a bull div, right? A little bull div with lower lows on our price, with higher lows on our momentum waves, but money flow is coming out. So I wouldn't take this one that seriously because the money flow is fighting against you. But let's see if we can make it up to that POC. So I'm going to buy, we'll buy three. We'll buy 3 masks. And let's see if we can get this thing in profit or if we're going to get wrecked. Okay, so boom, we got wrecked, right? Bull div got completely invalidated. And again, this is the important part. Anyone paying attention right now, what did we say before we put that position in? Hey, I'm not really expecting much out of this because money flow is fighting against us, right? So if you wanted to be safer, you would just sit that out, right? Wait for the higher probability trade, which would be a bull div with money flow coming up, right? So we would have been much better off holding this short. Again, paying attention to the money flow, this short would have been playing out still beautifully. But let's go ahead and see if we can get a little bounce to the upside here. There we go. Get it back in profit a little bit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are we okay? Boom. All right. Well, there you go. Another bull div invalidated. That's why I don't take the bull divs as seriously when money flow's coming out. Do you see this long is getting wrecked right now because we ignored the money flow. We took the trade even though the money flow said not to, right? So that's like we wanted to take the trade, or I wanted to take the trade to see what happened, right? Because it's a paper trade. I don't care. But if this was real money, I probably would have sat on my hands on this one because I don't fight money flow. Money flow very rarely lies, guys. So what you want to do is wait for a much more confident trade. Now, this even got invalidated, right? That would have been a nice, right? All these green dots, right? But you're looking at money flow. But now we start to have money flow curving back to the upside. Let's see if we can get a little more curvature here. Yeah. So now... is that going to... nope. Okay. So now we do have somewhat of a bull div here. So it is confirmed, but let's just move price ahead and see what happens here, right? And we come even lower. Now, this is a much stronger bull div, right? Because now money flow has come pretty deep. We're starting to curve off. I would go ahead and risk it on this trade. If you wanted to wait for money flow to come up a little bit more, you could. But let's go ahead and risk it, even though money flow is saying, we're going to front run the money flow. Just keep that in mind. However, it's much better. The last trade we took, money flow was coming out, right? But here we're likely going to eventually find a bottom pretty quickly, or pretty soon, I should say, right? So let's go ahead and see if we can get a move up to the value area high. Or will we get wrecked? Boom. There you go, right? bull div with money flow coming up. That is the difference between a bull div with money flow coming out, right? You don't want to trust those. But bull divs with money flow coming up will likely give you that move. And because we knew we were getting back into the value area, you are targeting the value area high, and boom, you smash your TP. There we go, right? And look, good thing we had that TP up there, right? Because we came back down. So now, again, just trading the ranges, looking for, maybe a couple bullish confirmations here. Didn't get it, but you did. What I want to show you here, guys, is that, shorting the lows or shorting the highs and longing the lows of these volume profiles can be very, very, very profitable. So there you go, guys. If anyone didn't know that you could do that little game on TradingView, it's very fun. But please understand, you guys will realize very quickly that, you can run that profit up very, very quickly, and you're going to feel like a genius, right? A lot of people tell me, like, Frankie, I ran my paper account up to like $5 million. Like, how am I not rich yet? And the answer to that question, boom, baby, let's go. All the value, all the sauce, all the calf. Shout out to Dark Crash. Let's get it. But yeah, let me know if that was valuable to you guys. Hit me with a hashtag value in the chat if you learned something there, or if that just give you some kind of experience or insight into getting better at trading at all. Let me know. But people tell me all the time, Frankie, I run my account up to like $1 bazillion on my paper account. Like, why can't I do that with my real account? And the simple answer to that, guys, is simply, you're trading with real money, so emotion enters the equation and absolutely wrecks you. I highly recommend everyone go and start paper trading. You'll notice that you're like, oh my God, I'm an amazing trader. It's because all you're doing with the paper trading is the TA. You don't care if you win or lose because it's not real money. So the emotions are not there. And you will be shocked how much better you'll do on a paper account. And just understand that it is solely because there is no emotion involved. So, with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure, because that is all the time we got for tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure. All right, here we go. W-E-E-L. That's how you spell wheel. Let's go. Bada boom. Here we go. Who's our sponsors going to be? Yeah, guys, speaking of sponsors, I do want to bring up really, really quick. Has anybody, let me know in the chat if anybody has heard of, where'd my chat go? Where'd the chat go? Let me know if anybody has ever heard of Presend. Now, if you don't know what Presend is, guys, Presend is a Chrome extension that can help you. Have you ever tried to send crypto? Right? And I send a lot of crypto. Like, I send crypto all the time, right? I work in crypto. I'm constantly transferring between accounts. And you guys know you got to put your address in. But you also know that if you miss one character on that, on your address, your money will F off into nowhere and never come back. But Presend stops that from being a thing, right? Presend basically eliminates that problem. But it's a Chrome extension that connects to your wallet. It is not a wallet. It's an extension that connects to your wallet. I just want to look at the notes here because I want to make sure I cover everything. Yeah, you don't need test transactions, right? You really don't need test transactions because it will save you from, it basically prevents you from being able to send to the wrong address. It double checks everything for you, so you don't have to sit there and be like, okay, XQOX6, okay, OX6, okay. ERC20, okay, right? And you're like, and me, I got a little bit of OCD, right? So I'm constantly going back and forth, looking at that stuff. And, I can sit there for a while before I actually hit the button, especially if it's a lot of money. I like to, and I always send test transactions. So Presend just makes that a little bit easier. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I have been waiting for something like this to come out because I think, to get the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, the parents into crypto, you got to take that risk factor out, right? Because my dad is in crypto, right? Thank God. That's one thing. He's like, hey, I want to send some money to another exchange because I want to buy altcoins. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to send it via an address. And they look at that and they're like, if I enter that in wrong, I'm going to lose all my money. And I'm like, yeah, but like you just got to double check it. And they're just kind of like, nah, I'm good. I'm not taking chances with that. Especially if they are, moving a lot of money that they, a lot of the older generations have been investing a lot. They have a bigger sum of money to move. And that spooks them a lot. And Presend is here to end that and add a little bit of add a little bit of ease and less panic into your crypto journey. So definitely check that out, guys. And yeah, we're going to be talking about Presend a little bit more. They are a sponsor. So shout out to Presend for sponsoring the channel and helping us keep the lights on here at Frankie Candles University. And hopefully they can donate to my new voice surgery that I'm going to get, because it seems like I'm able to go less and less on these streams without losing my voice. I lose my voice right at the end of each stream now, which just started happening. But yeah, Rob the Crypto Snob said, have you ever heard of copy and paste? Yeah. But I've also heard of just having OC. It's just still, if you're going to send 100K, I'm not trusting copy and paste on that, right? Because you never know. You could paste and then, I don't know, you could lean on the keyboard. It's just the fact that it's a possibility that gets messed up and there's no way to save yourself is just a nightmare, especially for new people. So in my opinion, something like this would actually help with mass adoption, because I think it's a big deterrent for a lot of people. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Pilot, let's go. Shout out to Wick589. Learning something new every stream. Shout out to Kevin Davis. That's why we're here, bro. That's why we're here. Hey, shout out to Brian Peterson. Let's go. We back, boys. Shout out to It's Autopilot. But yeah, shout out to Brian Peterson. Thank you for gifting that Frankie Candles membership. Who got it? Who got it? Oh, It's Autopilot got it. That's why he's saying that. Let's see. We back, boss. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Can't wait to see it. Let's go. Shout out to John Davis. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel of dank pain and pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and take a while. Oh, hey. Whoa. Hey, look, you guys are famous on TV. But let's go ahead and spin this dang wheel. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, 0 spins. We got 498 likes, guys. Let's get this up to 650. This is like the lowest likes we've ever had on a stream ever. So smash that like button. But we got 4 spins. This is the least amount of... I don't think we've ever spun the wheel 4 times. Not going to lie. Let's see. Shout out to Ross Reynolds. Says, usually I'm gone by now, but what you brought the sauce today. Let's go. Spread the word, guys. Encourage your friends and family to come back and watch this stream to learn the sauce or eat the sauce that you guys just got. Thanks for all the knowledge, Frankie. Shout out to J-Rod. Thank you for being here, man. Copy and paste and check the first 4 and the last 4 of the address before sending, and you're good. Yeah, that's typically what I do. I wind up checking it about 255 times. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I think it's... people lose millions and millions of dollars a day due to putting in the wrong addresses. So it's actually funny because I'm pretty paranoid about it, but I've actually never done it. I know people who have lost money like that. I've never lost money doing that, but I am an absolute psychopath. But people do, right? A lot of people do. People lose money all the time. But let's see. Yeah, shout out to It's Autopilot thanking Brian Peterson. Let's go. How do we know if you won? Unique all the way. We call the winners at the end of every live stream on Friday nights. It's kind of like a party. Toss that sauce, baby. Crypto Crab Man, let's get it. Yeah, we kind of hang out on Friday nights, and I call the winners, and we just kind of chill, and it's a good time. So definitely tune in on Friday to win your giveaways, or find out if you're going to win a giveaway. But to enter, you guys got to like and comment on the videos that the mods post in the chat. I'm not even going to point you guys to the video because sometimes I point you guys to the wrong one. So listen to the mods, not me. Yeah, picked on Friday streams, and there we go. I will like it on all my devices today. You earned that, Frankie. Shout out to Steven Atwell. I love you, bro. Thank you for being here. J-Rod, thank you for being here. Matt Lane, Amarit, Mr. Maine, what is going on? He says ice cream cone. Crimson Caravan Company said, back in the day, I sent my SLP to the wrong wallet. Yeah, it happens, dude. It happens all the time. Again, never happened to me, but it happens to a lot of people, and I don't blame them, or I'm not shocked. Yeah, shout out to Creighton C. Let's go. Okay, Frankie be like, we've had the first test transfer on-chain, yes, but what about second test transfer on-chain? What about the third one? Show Jess, shout out to Crypto Billy, shout out to Jessica, shout out to Flesk, shout out to Dave Digital, said this video needs to be clipped just on the money flow lesson. Oh my God, that is fire AF. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for that, bro. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and spending your precious time here with the Candle Mafia. Smash that like button on your way out if you want to get rich in crypto. But guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Woo! I hit the wrong button, guys. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Hey, it's autopilot? Are you still in here, bro? He said Frankie 0, sweatshirt 1, or did he say sweatshirt 1, Frankie 0? I don't know. But I will say, ever since that last fight I got into with that sweatshirt that I was wearing today, ever since then, he's been a little bit more obedient. Hopefully, it doesn't come back to fight us. Yeah, I think after I fought him, he kind of learned his place, and now he comes off a little easier. The string doesn't flap up and hit me in the face anymore. I think he learned his lesson. But you did remind me. I gotta watch that guy because he's getting testy again. Shout out to It's Autopilot. Stop taking so long. Shout out to Dave Digital. Hey, listen. I'm looking at the sweatshirt on the floor right now, weeping. It's scared of me, guys. I took it off today, and it's scared of me. Okay. Oh, God. Guys, the sweatshirt is wrapped around my calf right now. It's trying to get my calf, guys. Oh, no. It's coming back. It's autopilot. Dave, save me. Dave, save me. No. We got to double up on the protein, guys. That was not good. Frankie Candles versus the sweatshirt is not over. I got to go drink more protein. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.